Yes, boy, and today I'm doing another viewer recommended video by Aussie Bills fan videos saying maybe do a video on why you think we have been unbeaten since December, what's changed, what have you observed. This is going to be my last one of these as the international break is drawing to a close. We're getting back to club football. I'll be previewing Arsenal versus Liverpool in my next video. So yeah, in this video I'm going to give my thoughts on why we have been unbeaten since September. I'm going to give my opinion through like eye test, qualitative data, but I'm also going to bring in some Premier League data to give a full rounded opinion as to why I believe Mikel Arteta has caused Arsenal to be unbeaten in September, October and halfway through November. As always, if you enjoy Arsenal football related content, please consider subscribing on my road to 700. So yeah, I'm going to start by having the actual game split screened with me. You shall see all the unbeaten games in the Premier League that has occurred so far. Of course, we're also unbeaten in the Carabao Cup, but I'm not really going to delve into that side of it because that is our B team, that is Cup games. But yeah, so we've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in total, unbeaten in the Premier League, 6 wins, 2 draws, and it all started with that 1-0 win over Norwich, a grindy victory. Let's be real about it. We had a lot of new players in the team, a lot of summer signings, and a lot of players that have just managed to come back into squad, like Gabriel, who were injured for the first 3 games. And it was a 1-0 win, and it was a tough win, but we pulled it out. We were clearly not at our best. The confidence was clearly low amongst the players, but we got a victory. Then we carried that momentum and got another victory at Burnley, another tough game. We managed to score a free kick, and Ødegaard, absolutely beautiful free kick, and that got us through. And then Spurs 3-1 was when we first pulled out our real good performance of the season. We blew them apart in the first 30 minutes. They had no answer. And then we carried that on, and we managed to steal a draw at Brighton. We were by far the second best side there. Brighton deserved the victory, but we managed to get out with a point. And then going to Crystal Palace, it was a bit of like a banana peel in the season. We started well, but then Crystal Palace started to take over and we snatched a last minute point again through Lacazette. Then we blew away Aston Villa, blew away Leicester and managed to beat Watford 1-0. So that is it, 6 wins, 2 losses. 6 wins, 2 draws, Very decent run of form. If I look at the Premier League stats in the 2021-2022 season, we played 11 games, 6 wins, 3 losses, 13 goals, 13 conceded and 5 clean sheets. Now, if you take away the 9 goals conceded in the first 3 games of the season, that means in 8 games we've conceded 4 goals. A goal every other game, which is an excellent record. Excellent record. Honestly, very, very good record. And we played some tough teams in there. Leicester no casuals. Aston Villa are a decent side. I know they haven't been performing well, but they on paper are a decent side. Spurs are a decent side. Brighton have proved they're a good side this season. So we're not like we're playing awful sides all the time. Have we played any top team? No. But it's the Premier League, every game is tough. Not even the best teams, even Liverpool don't come out conceding a goal every other game. So it shows that we've definitely improved. The alarming thing for me is the goals. 13 goals in 11 games, especially for an Arsenal side, is not the best. But that has improved because we didn't score any goals in our first 3 games. So that is 13 goals in 8 games. In terms of the actual big chances created, only 7. I feel like that's definitely improved. But we are also taking a lot of long shots, I've noticed, like Lokonga's shooting from far, Partey's shooting from far. It's nice to do that and it will go in eventually, but I feel like we do need to create absolutely clear-cut chances, which we do still think that we're not doing enough of. I think when it gets the ball out wide to cross it in, the crosses have been like below average, to be fair. We need to be more incisive with our passing, go down the middle maybe rather than go out to the wing so often, and we're able to create better chances than that. But in terms of the actual errors leading to goals, only 3 is much better this season. I feel like it was much higher last season. I think 2 of those actually came against Crystal Palace as well. So we're definitely getting better. And also we're getting better with our transition as well. From defence to attack is much quicker. So now I'm going to talk about the qualitative reasons why I believe we are getting better. First of it is the consistency in team selection. Mikel Arteta has chosen the same goalkeeper for these last 8 games, Aaron Ramsdale. And like I've always said, I've said it so many times, consistency in results can't happen without consistency in performances. And consistency in performances can't happen without consistency in team selection. There needs to be consistency right from the bottom to the top, and that's how you get results. You'd be a madman to think you can get consistent results without picking the same team and the same bunch of players. That's like me expecting to get an A-star in a maths test when only revising, not consistently, I'm revising once every week or something. you're not going to get a consistent result if you're not putting consistent effort in. And consistent effort comes from consistent players. The same goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale started all these 8 games. That's consistency. The same right back Tomiyasu started all these 8 games. That's consistency. Same with Ben White, Gabriel. The only player that's changed is Tavares for Tierney. But that's only one player out of 5. That's alright. So 80% of the back 5, including the goalkeeper, is there. And that was only due to injury. And Tavares has hit the ground running. So no complaints. Partey, of course, injury-wise, has been here and there. But he's consistent in the team. The strikers, Aubameyang's consistent in the team. Saka's consistent. Emile Smith-Rowe's consistent. You don't have to play the exact 11 every time. But it has to be more or less the spine. That 7 or 8 players that are just nailed on starters have to be there to get consistent results. That's what it's like with Liverpool, Man City. They rotate, yes they do, but the main players don't leave the team. The Salah doesn't leave the team. The goalkeeper Alisson doesn't leave the team unless, of course, injured. And that's what I feel like we're getting to with Arsenal. I think that's a big indicator as to why we're picking up results. These players like Saka, Emile Smith-Rowe, Ramsdale, Gabriel, Ben White, Tomiyasu, Partey, they're in the team week in, week out. They're the consistent players. Then you can change a couple of players around them to get different results and change depending on how you want to approach the game. You can put in an Ainsley Maitland-Niles if you want to be a bit more robust in midfield. Or you can put in an Odegaard if you want to be more expansive, etc. But the main players need to stay in the team. I think that's what Mikel Arteta is doing. And that's why I think Unai Emery struggled with doing, what Arsene Wenger struggled with doing, and even what Arteta struggled with doing in his early seasons. We were chopping and changing too much. We were overthinking it too much. We were like, oh, we're playing this team, we need to put someone brand new in. Or this team, we need to put someone else in. Like, no, the main players need to stay in the team. The players pick themselves in training. Let's be real. The players pick themselves. The managers, of course, has to pick the players, but it can be an easy decision if you just prove it on the pitch. Like, no one's going to drop Emile Smith-Rowe because he's proved it on the pitch. And that's what these players are doing so far, and they deserve to stay in the side. It's a shame because that means some players can't make it, like Martinelli, who I have big, big hopes for. But the way it's going and the way that the players are playing, they're picking themselves, and Arteta is doing a great job of picking our players and keeping his consistency in team selection. It's the first time in however long I can actually guess who's going to be in the Arsenal team and guess it pretty much right. Barring like maybe 2 at most, my Arsenal previews predicted lineups have been basically spot on. Maybe 1 or 2 players I've missed due to like an injury out of nowhere or whatever, a change in tactic last minute. But 8 or 9 of the players have been spot on. And that's what we like to see. I want to be able to have consistency in the team selection. So then once you have consistent team selection, I've addressed that, you'll start to get consistency in team performance because the chemistry builds, players know about each other, they know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and they start to accommodate for that. When you first when you first in school, company, etc., any type of occupation where you're going to be with someone for a long amount of time, there's a bit of, at the start, you have to assess each other. You have to see what you're good at, what you're bad at, how you're going to gel together. But the more time you spend with each other, the more reps you have, the more experience you have with each other, it starts to grow, the bond grows, you start to see results come through. And the more these players play with each other, they're only going to get better. We're still in the early parts, but the fact that they are playing lots of games together means that these players are starting to get consistency in performances. They know there's a set routine now. When Tomiyasu presses the ball, etc., then the right wing Saka draws out wide, Emile Smith-Rowe comes in to receive, etc. There's a clear game plan occurring at this football club, and that all comes on the training pitch with the consistency in players. So we've gone through consistency of players, we've gone through consistency of performances, and now we're getting consistency in results. We're picking up wins. Now, are these wins blowing teams away? On occasion, Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur, yes, but it doesn't need to be. You don't have to win every game 4-3-0. Anyone that wins the title knows that. When Chelsea won the title, I can't remember, a couple of seasons back, under Conte actually, using our Spurs manager, they would win games 1-0, 2-0, and they would just do it, job done. You don't need to spank every team 4-5-0. You just need to get results. Results are what matters at the end of the day. You can pick up 3 points with a 1-0 or a 5-0. It's still 3 points. So, we're getting those 3 points. And we're getting those 3 points from the defensive side. People have always said, attack wins games, defense wins championships. Our defense has got much stronger. The games are split screen with them with me again. Look at these wins we're picking up. 1-0s on 3 separate occasions. A tough fought 0-0, a 2-0. Now I know those of you that are younger won't know. I wasn't alive around it, but of course I've heard about it. The George Graham sides at Arsenal used to grind out 1-0 wins all the time. That used to be their thing. If you scored 1-0, that's it. That's sharp. You've got the 1-0 win. And we're starting to pull out some 1-0 wins now. I feel less nervy watching Arsenal defend. And that's always a confident thing. I feel like in years gone by, when we're 1-0 up, I'm not confident whatsoever. I'm just waiting for the other team to score, basically. But we are being stronger defensively, and we're starting to grind out 1-0 wins, and that's a great platform. A great platform. When a coach enters a football side for the first time, the first thing they address is the defence. It's the first thing. They address the defence. The attack will come, but defence has to be strong. Every manager does it. They go, we need to shut up shop and we need to be strong defensively. If we go on to attack and score goals, that's great. But first priority, first call of action is to defend properly and defend as a unit. And we're defending as a unit, and that's the base. Once you can defend, you can start to build your attacking play. And we're starting to show that we can defend properly. Look, at the end of the day, if you don't concede, the minimum you get is a draw. If you score, you could win, lose, or draw. So we're not conceding on occasion, like on high occasions, which means the minimum we're going to get from results is a draw, which is a very good side. Now, does that mean that we need to improve our attacking, like our attack in general? 100%. We're not scoring enough goals. Only 13 goals in 11 games is not good enough for any side in the Premier League, let alone Arsenal. But at the end of the day, it will come, the attacking side. It will come. I'd rather us have defensive security, which we do have, and I'm happy for that, because that's much more important for me than attacking security. I've seen us under Wenger when we would try and go punch for punch and lose 6-3, for example, against Manchester City. Like, I've seen us go punch for punch and we get absolutely bodied. We need defensive security first, then we will build the attacking then we will flourish on the attacking side of the game. But yeah, that's just been my opinion as to why I believe Arsenal have been unbeaten since September. We're seeing the consistency amongst the players, and it's proven in the stats and in the results. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on why you believe Arsenal have been unbeaten since September. We go to Liverpool in next week, so I made this video before that because I'm not confident whatsoever, but we will see. As always, if you're new around here, if you enjoy Arsenal football-related content, please consider subscribing on my road to 700, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.